Hi, welcome. This is a Sunday reading, a Sunday reflection reading. That's the tentative name for the message for today. It's just sort of anything that comes through. I just did my little prayer and communication with Spirit to say, send through whatever needs to come through at this time for the greatest, highest good, for whoever needs to hear it whenever they end up hearing it. And so that's why I feel like these readings are just being called to be timeless. And that's why, I put a date on them just for the sake of knowing when they were released, but they're really timeless. So there's probably something in here, because you're here watching this, that maybe means something to you on your journey. We tend to, stomach just gurgled, and you probably hear my washer and dryer. I'm sorry if there's background noise. I kind of have to listen for it so I can keep it going like all the time. So anyway, thank you for being here and just being open to see what comes through. I'm still today is the day I'm going to figure out how to do chapters so that I can be like, this is rambling nonsense, pass if you wish, and get to the reading. And maybe the side tracks during the reading I can highlight so you know what to skip. But maybe the little nuggets are in those. I guess we don't know. So I just want to say, thank you for being here. So, Spirit, thank you so much for whatever message you want to send through right now. Let's see, what do you think? Let's feel into what kind of reading. I'm still new to this. I've tried out different, we're going to do a 9-card reading. Yeah, this is going to go long, I'm sure. When doesn't it? And we'll do an extended. I think it's only nice to you guys to hang, if you want just the short baseline foundation reading, that's all we're going to do here. And then if there's a link to the extended, that means we did an extended. So, and that'll be on my Patreon. What did people say now? For the price of a cup of coffee. It really does help, because this is a passion of mine, and I'm putting a lot of time and effort in. And I had to buy a new little computer because my MacBook, I have this old MacBook Air, and it's just the fan was so loud, I can't process anything else, leave me alone. So it's pretty much only good for Chrome, doing stuff in the browser, and even not then, it's too many tabs open. So I had to buy a little Mac Mini, whatever the cheapest bang for the buck for the most processing, so I could do post-production on these little videos, which isn't much. I don't fancy them up. I don't edit at all, really. I just fade in, fade out, boost the audio a little bit. If you have tips, if you're not liking it, let me know. I don't have any viewers now, but when you're here, please just feel free to drop me a line and say you could do a lot better, and here's how. Here's a little clue. So anyway, the support really helps. It just helps support this passion if you get something out of it, And if you don't, it's more just a video journal for me. And practice. Communication with Spirit is never a waste. Oh my God, it's the opposite. So I could do this all day long, even if nobody was watching. So, and I have a background in multimedia and web development and in the entertainment industry. You know what? You want a little nugget? I was on the web development side for Fox Broadcasting on American Idol #4, little Carrie Underwood, when she was just a little, hey. And I did that website, and I think I did Who Wants to Be a Billionaire, and I filled in on the OC website when that main designer was off, and see, this needs a chapter, skip this part. Anyway, I like to just throw in a little life experience there, and there's another funny story with that one I won't go into now, but someday I will. And so I do enjoy this stuff. It's fun for me. It's playtime. Now that I'm no longer in the technology and business field, it's this is so fun. I love all of it. And so thank you for supporting this. Okay, let's quiet down. What message wants to come through? We're going to do a 9-card reading, maybe a little past, present, future, what's in the shadow, what's in our current day-to-day awareness, what is like in our conscious thoughts. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll read into it and see if that makes sense. Thank you, Spirit. How do I want to pull these? I think I was feeling like a little, ooh, and then I was feeling this and like doing a spiral. Yeah. That's kind of what I was feeling. Ooh, let's go down. We haven't done one of these together yet, have we? I do them all the time for people and myself, but we'll do an overall energy. The Hierophant. Ooh. So it seems like we have like something, a lot on our minds, but the Hierophant is, let's see, I'm going to go through this and just see like what the feel of the overall energy is, so I know which way to read this, because it could be something about our traditional thoughts. Is this another new way of thinking? Is this another, you guys need a fresh perspective? Because that's what it's been all weekend. So, oh yeah. Matt said I could use his K-cups. I tend to do pour-overs because I'm fancy like that. Actually, fancy. I do pour-overs on Folgers pre-ground coffee. Honestly, it's the best. It is so good, just straight Folgers. Although I do enjoy a little black silk. So, but Matt's like, I got all these K-cups like as a mixed pack. He's like, will you drink the ones that taste like chocolate? And I'm like, you don't have to ask me twice. She's not a fan of chocolate. That's why we work. Anyway, so this is a little afternoon pick-me-up. So anyway, the current energy where you are today in life is the 5 of Swords. And this could be like definitely some thoughts here that are like, is this a personal reading for me? Sometimes that happens. But I swear I asked Spirit like whoever, whatever. Well, I am one of those whoever's, and this is whenever I might need this. Anyway, there are some thoughts here like sometimes this means like, you know, like conflict and there's just some hurt that's been done. But sometimes I don't take this to mean with the external world, and oftentimes because like the readings that seem to want to come through me are mostly about our own healing journey, our own awakening journeys back to ourselves from the dream of separation. I heard that somewhere. I think it's the Simply Always Awake podcast. You got to check it out. That guy, he does provide people a lot of like pointers, more in the Zen route of like awakening. So I like his stuff. What's his name? Angelo. Love that guy. So 5 of Swords. So oftentimes like I'll get this feeling of like, especially with all this water in the background, where it's like emotional thoughts, and see the jaggedness of the clouds. It's like some like tension and agitation, and like you look like, oh, look at all my swords. Like I won, and their swords are like dropped and their backs are to us, and one of them looks like their head's like they're kind of hurt or like, oh, upset about this, whatever just happened. And it's like you might have said something, like maybe had like acted out of like these like emotional thinking, like maybe overly emotional perhaps, and maybe hurt somebody's feelings. That's what I take with all that water right now. Lately I've had a lot of burps on the camera. I'm sorry. I feel better. So that might be something you're dealing with right now. Maybe a little like, oh, that, you know, that sting of like, oh, I think I said or acted in a way that wasn't in alignment and kind of hurt somebody. That was a theme too. We can't beat ourselves up too much about that. You know, when we know or we've realized we're acting out of alignment, it's like we sometimes really need to give ourselves grace to heal from that, and maybe be able to reach out to that other party in a more grounded way, a more centered way, to like really apologize. So since we went in a spiral, let's just go to in the immediate future. It looks like Eight of Wands. It could be like there's some quick, passionate energy like coming in your current, like in your present experience. Okay, and then in the immediate future, there is a little bit of water there with the fire. It's like something that's maybe some new opportunities. We'll find out, but let's see how it relates. And then in the immediate past, it looks like the Eight of Swords. So it's like there's something about maybe the way you've been feeling internally, like beating yourself up, feeling trapped, not really looking at your shadow parts, that you could easily like take off. And I mean, not easily, it's never easy, but like take off those blinders and really look at things honestly and really understand like where are these harmful thoughts coming from before acting out again and potentially hurting people you love. So it seems like maybe there's a little bit of hurt there, both like you feel bad for the hurt you may have caused, and then there's been a history of just sort of like not acting in alignment. This is kind of like fear, like not real. It's just speaking to me as like not being in alignment. I think you know what that means. And so that's the present energy. And there's something about the future that maybe when this is healed, there's going to be some change coming. There's going to be a swiftness to the change. There's some emotion here. There's fire. There's passion. Passion in the sense that like there's some like big swift energy coming in. And it means maybe some change in the way that maybe you see something or the way you change your behaviors. Who knows? Yet we'll clarify. And then kind of in the shadow or subconscious, however we want to read this, basically like maybe things you're not wanting to see or haven't been wanting to see, or things that are asking you to take a look. I tend to want to read it more that way, like what's happening below the wall, those deep intuitive waters that are asking for it. They're calling to us from the depth saying, listen to me. And so there's in the current, like present day, there's the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, I wonder what this is all about. And there's definitely like, there's maybe like there seems to be a desire for abundance. There's like this, how do I manifest it? I know I could really nurture it, but I've got to manifest it somehow. I'm ready. Basically, this is like, I'm ready. And in the recent history with the Eight of Pentacles, it's like I've been working so hard. I'm not seeing the fruits of my labors. It's like, have I been working more from like, just like, again, maybe not in alignment with your true course of work? Are you supposed to like switch jobs? I don't know. We'll see. And then in the potential future here, there's the Empress, and that seems to me to be like, yeah, this is like emotional energy here in the like the near future, where the Empress is like, I'm ready for that abundance. I'm ready to receive what is coming to me because I'm fully in alignment in my intuitive power. I know myself, and there's all of this water here. There's her robe. I mean, there's just the stars on her crown. She's in alignment. She's full on embodying that spiritual journey of like, I know what I'm here to do, and I feel the strength to do it and manifest my abundance in whatever way, or manifest this new emotional intelligence I have. There's just this work that doesn't seem to be paying off, but it's like right now it seems like you're ready for it. It seems like you're ready to bring that energy in and make some changes for the better, becoming into alignment. Man, isn't that the theme this year? I feel like, I know this is like current energy kind of reading, Sunday reflection, maybe a little bit of like where we've been, where we're going. Who knows what the real timeline is? Only you know that. And so and then we have in our kind of conscious awareness, like what we know, like about ourselves or our current situation. So in the current, it is the Ten of Swords. I feel like that's been coming up a lot. The Ten of Swords is like, yeah, you are definitely hurting, and this is usually some self-harm in terms of like our minds. So there's definitely like these thoughts have been hurtful, little painful thoughts. You can see, this is what kind of you really know. You believe and that tomorrow's a brighter day. I feel like it's almost like, that dark night of the soul when you're just like in that surrender and you're like, I'm ready. I'm ready to bring in, like to come into alignment. Just show me how. Oh my God. And then there's the magician. It's like, oh, I'm doing it. This is like active energy in our like conscious thoughts. And this is like in that place of like back here. I mean, deep inside, you're ready. This is like, I'm ready to receive. And that's so cool. Like, oh, I'm getting so many chills. I'm ready to receive is like what's calling to you from the depths. Like, that. And then what's out here is like, I'm ready to manifest. Like, I've got all the tools. When we go through whatever we need to heal with this, I have everything now. It's happening. I'm going to receive. There's a quick, passionate energy here to manifest those opportunities in your life. Oh my gosh, it's all making sense. Now in the up to now, it looks like maybe you feel like you have been doing some soul searching, and maybe that's why you are here. Like, you've been doing the soul searching. You've gotten to a place where you're ready to nurture and manifest that bringing yourself into alignment. And then like right now I'm feeling the hurt, but I know tomorrow's a brighter day. I know that like I'm not going to wallow in this. I know I've got some, what's the word? There's like apologies to be made. You've got some rectifying. I don't know the word, but anyway, you've got some stuff to do right now. And I think that's part of your healing journey. Now the Hierophant is very interesting because it can mean a lot of different things. Sometimes it means like, I'm ready for a teacher or mentor or coach to enter my life, or I need to seek counsel, depending on what side of this you're on. That's kind of what I'm feeling with this, because you're the one that's like ready to make a change. And there's a floating cat here. And when you're the one ready to make the change, it's like, I might need some guidance. Now, that can come in many, countless different forms. You don't have to like seek a guru in the traditional sense or go to a therapist. Although if you feel like you need it, by all means do it. I've benefited from it. It's and for me, I could only do it when I was like absolutely ready. It was another form of surrender before I started on the spiritual awakening path or the healing journey. It was a little bit of healing. It was the first time I opened up and said, I think I could use some counsel, like seeing things from a different perspective, get out of my own head. There's a lot of in my own head energy right here. All swords. Yeah, this is so cool. I'm glad we did the spiral. Thank you. That's what was calling to me. Now, the Hierophant also kind of means maybe some rigid thinking that we've had. And that could be this, it could be like those rigid thoughts, that rigid way of being, maybe a little inflexible, has really not done me any service, or the other people I love, or the people in my life. I need to let that go. But really, as an overall energy, it's both and. I think it's letting go of that rigidity, traditional, we're in a new paradigm. I never say that word here in 2025. Like, there's no more, like when you feel the call to do your healing, like there's no more going backwards. And so tradition takes a back seat. We're in new territory. It's the Wild West, and you need to get on your horse and head west, I guess. So you might need to seek counsel out west. So that's what we have for the overall. And I'm thirsty. What I'd like to do is, what I'm curious about. It seems to be like whenever we get the clearest messages, in my perspective, it's like I always have to pause and think about, what am I curious about? Because that's the excitement and kind of passionate energy like my own self brings to the channeling of the message, and then I can really feel into it. You know, I have less second guessing. You know, makes sense to me. So what I'm really curious about, since this is a Sunday reflection, it's a little bit about where we've been, it's a little bit about where we might be going, and some actual practical tools on that path, which might be some self-reflection questions for you to like journal or just like think about. So maybe we'll clarify a little bit about this Eight of Swords. Like, you know what? Yeah, I'm more curious about the Eight of Swords right now. I feel that. I have so many sweet babies just asking to be looked at. And I feel like we want some depth to this, but also some beauty. Because when we look at how we've been, it's like, we, again, back to that grace. We gotta like give ourselves some grace, you know? If we have the intention to heal for the betterment of ourselves and everyone we interact with, it's okay to give yourself grace and stop beating yourself up a little too much. So because of that, I'd like to do the Light Seers Tarot. We might use the book, who knows? So Spirit, thank you for this foundation of a message here. I think it makes, like, it's just like solid for whoever needs to hear it. So could you please help us clarify the Five of Swords, please? And thank you. I'm going to spread this out a bit. So we have the King of Swords. He's confident, isn't he? Look at that owl. It's the first time I've really picked up on the owl. And a bat. And a crow. There's all kinds of winged creatures in here I've never noticed before. Yeah, that owl has some wisdom, doesn't it? And it sees things. It's looking right at us. And we have the Eight of Cups. Ooh. Like, yeah, we're moving on. We are moving on. And then the Ace of Wands. Look at that. It's like, which leads us into this passionate, fiery energy. It's like the gift of a new way of seeing things, and really a way of acting. It's not even just like, the wands are more of that action energy, I feel, the way they speak to me. And it's like, this King of Swords is like, I don't know, right now I'm reading him as kind of like, very, like, obviously swords are of the mind. King is fire. There's that, like, so much power and confidence, and like, my way of seeing things, you know, might be the best way. That's how I'm reading it right now. And so it's, this Eight of Cups is like this emotional energy, like this emotion or emotional depth to it that's like, I am not settling for that anymore. Maybe I don't have all the answers. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I do need to seek counsel. Maybe, and that could mean like, what book do I want to read? What self-help guide? You know, whatever it is. It's like, I'm moving on. It's time to not hurt people anymore, or myself. And then, you know, what's weird is like, maybe I'll read these together, because when I was going back and forth a minute ago, I was like, I feel like these are going to be connected in some way. And I do feel like these just relate to where we've been to where we are now, and a little bit where we're going. This Ace of Wands is, to me, like this new inspired, like, yeah, we're putting to rest the old way I've been thinking and out of alignment, and moving into a new way of acting in alignment. And this is that, it's kind of like that third eye energy center. It's like the intuition, the gift of clear sight. And it's like, yeah, this is coming. We're done with this. There's a readiness here. Ooh, I like that. Thank you, Spirit. So because of that, I want to switch. Oh, I'm getting tugged between these two. Let's clarify the Eight of Wands, please. And thank you. Eight of Wands. So we have the Knight of Cups. It's like that gift of a new emotional outlook. not emotional, but you know what I mean, of the heart, compassionate. That's the word I meant, compassionate outlook. Like, look, he has roses. He's kind of sitting there all cool. He's got this beautiful horse in the background. I don't know, can you see that? It's a real pretty card. Like, he's got like a picnic here, like, hey, you want to have a picnic with me? And then the Ten of Wands. Oh, wow. It's like, oh, I love this. It's like you don't know where you're going, and that's okay. You've got everything you need. It's kind of like this energy where it's like you've got all the tools now, and you're off. It's like soul searching energy. That it's like that ox reminds me of the 10 ox herding photos from like Buddhism, where it's like it's like the spiritual awakening journey. And it's like, it's almost like you're coming back home with the ox. And I'm going to do a whole video on that because I'm just now learning about it. But I printed out all the 10, kind of chopped them up and laminated them, making them into cards so I can pull those. And if I had them ready, I'd be like, yeah, I do have them ready. Okay, we'll get there. And they're just not fully ready. And then this is like the returning home, like with the ox, which means a whole thing. There's like a whole little poem about it. So it's like you've went in search of it. You thought you saw it. You caught a glimpse of it. You've wrangled it, and now like you're at peace with it. You're both at peace. You're returning back to your village with it. So it's like this new gift of compassion, and you've done your soul searching, and you're moving forward. I'm getting so many chills. This is beautiful energy. And then the 10 of Swords. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. We got that again from this. It's like, look at that new day. You know, in like relation to all of this, it's like looking out at it like we saw here. It's like, you know, there's a new day coming. Boom, here it is in your immediate future. Not just in your thoughts and hopes and dreams and wishes. It's like in reality. Oh, so many chills. Okay, what I want to do real quick, because we talked about the ox herding photos, is, do I have them right here? Oopsie. I think these are it. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff in here. So I started like, see, they're kind of really cool. These old, they're like wood carvings from like ancient times. Well, I was like cutting them up and then laminating what it means on the back, but then this got jammed in my husband's laminator, and I was like, I hope I didn't just break it. Luckily I didn't, but I have to redo these. Like, they're not pretty enough. I hate wasting stuff though. But anyway, it's like catching the bull, you know, and then they're not, oh shoot, they're not in order. 1, in search of the bull, and then perceiving the bull. Oh my God. Yeah, this is what craft time is like in my little dungeon. It's like mayhem. I've got all of the things cut out. Look, riding the bull home. And it's like, mounting the ox, slowly I return homeward. The voice of my flute intones through the evening, measuring with hand beats the pulsating harmony. I direct the endless rhythm. Whoever hears this melody will join me. Oh, chills. I feel like that's like, we're going to leave that right there. Man, the chills. And then there's like, what is that, 6? And then 7 is like the bull transcended. Astride the ox I reach home. I am serene. The ox too can rest. The dawn has come. In blissful repose within my thatched dwelling, I have abandoned the whip and ropes. You're not like trying so hard. The ropes you've abandoned. Oh, chills. It's like you are at peace with who you are. You are awakening from the dream of separation. This is all about separation energy, isn't it? There's like, they're not together. There's harm done there. These are a different version. I thought, do I like the black and white ones better? Oh, and then I ran out of ink, and then I got more ink for Christmas. Thank you, father-in-law. Oh my God, what a gift that was. That stuff's expensive. So anyway, you can see like because I don't know the numbers yet. This is like riding the ox home with your flute. I might have to put that there, like as a reminder. You know, that's a call to me to like get these finished. These are asking to be used in my readings. I just kept having that calling. Like they really spoke to me. Maybe I'll do some craft time tomorrow. Okay. Thanks for going along that crazy sidetrack with me. Chapter. That is beautiful. I'm gonna put both 6 and 7 there, but really I think you're in between riding the bull home and the bull transcended part of that journey, because there's look they're both here. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. That is such a beautiful place to stop and go into the extended, because now we're gonna like do some more clarifications and get some practical tools and self-reflection and like really go deep. And maybe we'll even see if we're being called to say, where is this coming from? What's in our shadows that might need to be looked at, like those reflections, in order to really bring this swiftness. Like we're ready for the healing. And it's Sunday reflection, so we're gonna go deep and give you stuff to really sink your teeth into. So thanks for listening, watching, whatever. Because I don't have any like people watching yet, I haven't said click like and subscribe. But you know what? I really would appreciate it, because like, wouldn't it be cool if you were my first like? What if you were my first subscriber? Besides me and my husband. I don't know if he's even subscribed to me yet. So I don't know. I think that would be awesome. And check out my Patreon. I put like really silly stuff there, because like life should be fun and lighthearted and full of joy. And I'm finding that I'm able to finally express that. And I just want to share it. And there are nuggets in there too, like life lessons learned that I just love to put out there and see if it resonates with anybody. And then you can share yours too. I love learning about people. Like this is a whole other sidetrack, but one of my passions, I thought someday I just want to go around to all the old people in the world and listen to them tell me stories, and I'll be like, yeah, and then what? Oh, that's so cool. Can I put it in a book of like little short vignettes, little stories of like, and then maybe then like summarize them to like lesson learned. You know, that sort of like the wisdom of being alive on this earth. Wouldn't that be fun? Just reading stories from random people you don't even know and be like, oh, wait a minute. I guess that's what books are. I guess that's what fiction is, or nonfiction, or both. So yeah, I guess that wasn't a new idea, but I thought it just would be so much fun listening. I love listening to people's stories. So anyway, thanks for listening, and yeah, click like and subscribe. Maybe be my first subscriber, and it would just make my day. So I hope this resonated. We're gonna go into the extended, so look for the link below. It'll take you to that cup of coffee on my Patreon, and have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.